A beautiful morning. Thank you so much for joining us on today's breakfast show on Camnet television. This is the Rise and Thrive breakfast show right here on Camnet TV. My name is Carla Mchima. Welcome to yet another exciting day. Constance, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Again today, you play host to being our guest because what we are discussing today also requires your input more than the input of another person. But after the morning boost, just after the morning boost, we expected to have somebody on phone whom we'll be discussing to regarding some what we are seeing, the infighting on social media, two elderly people fighting one another on social media. But we'll be able to catch up with one maybe later on after the morning boost. So for now, let's quickly go for the morning boost so that we sweat a little bit. When we are back, we'll now go into the nitty-gritties of our program. But remember that what we are discussing about today is one, people keep saying there's no COVID-19, and what we are seeing is cosmetic. Is it really cosmetic? Is it really cosmetic? The interesting part is that the Speaker of the National Assembly, Patrick Madivini, had directed the Minister of Health, Chitaru Chilufya, to render a ministerial statement on why the PF and the government itself keep holding meetings across the country, whilst others are not. This came in view of continued point of orders being raised by the opposition in Parliament. Why is it that the PF keep holding meetings whilst barring others? You know, for instance, I'll tell you that those in the opposition are saying we're even being stopped from holding party elections. Honorable Chitaru Chilufya issued a ministerial statement on Friday regarding that same issue. I was very skeptical, and I don't know, we'll be discussing later on with regard to the answers. We'll play the whole entire 8 minutes question for Honorable Gary Nkombo, some of the questions that he raised and the answers that came through from the Minister of Health, so that you are going to be having your take on that. But for now, let's go for the morning boost. Then we'll be back shortly.
Good morning, Camnet viewers. Welcome to our quick morning show. And I am your presenter, Isaac Matsa. I'm here so that we can do a bit of exercise before you jump on that vehicle and go and do your work. Let's do a warm-up as usual. I'm excited. It's a beautiful morning, a brand new day. You better be positive and do what you know. Let's go. Hamstring, stay at it. Let's do now two each. Let's go. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Stay there. 2, 1. Try it. Tell your hubby to join you. Let's do it together. 2 each. 2 each. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4, 3, 2. Back to step touch. Let's go. 4, 3, 2. Hamstrings. 4, 3, 2. Back to step touch. And 4, 3, 2. Hamstrings. Matching. Let's match. Lift your knees high. Hip, 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 hip. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do a warm up. Okay. So that was your warm up today. And we're gonna do something else now. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm giving you some squats. Okay, here we go now. Put your feet together. Watch my body posture. Let's go now. 20 at a go. If you can't do 20, please do 10. Okay, let's go. Let's go, mommy, daddy, involve your children. 1, 2, 4, go down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. I'm gonna face this direction. Go! More. Okay, 20. Still with squats. Take a break. Relax your legs. Good morning workout, isn't it? Let's go, another 10 now. Watch the space. This is what I do now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it. 5, 6. Good for your body. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was 10. That's the second one. In case you had too much of Hiroshima last night, let's burn all that fat now. Another 10. Ready? Feet together. Open your stance. Go down. Touch the ground. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20. Trust me, if you're doing it exactly like me, right now you can feel pressure on your thighs. 20 more. Remember, the first one we did was 40. This one should be 40 as well. After that, take a shower, jump on that vehicle, your bike, your car, and go for work. Let's go. 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! I'm burning fat here. Do it. You thank Camnet later. Last one. Let's go, Team Camnet. Let's show them we can do this. Last 10. After this, you can have your coffee and go for work. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do 2 for you, 1 for you, 2 for your wife, 3 for your children, for my producer, 1. Great. That was 40. So you did 2 types of squats. Remember? There was the skill squat and the sumo squat. Now, forget about the names. What's important is for you to do the workout. Right now, I can't even talk properly because I'm working out. I'm burning fats, I'm burning calories, and that's what you ought to do. Every morning, try this. If you miss it in the morning, try to do it in the evening. Remember where I started from? Let's march. And back. We are winding down now. Thank you so much for tuning in to our breakfast show. Please make sure you need to exercise always because you only have one body to carry out your assignments. And I am signing out. I'm Isaac Matsa, and see you.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope you were following the exercises and you have been warmed up a little bit. Constance never does exercises. Constance.
How do you know I don't do exercise? I don't exercise.
You are chubby.
Really? Wow. And yourself?
I'm slim.
But you don't look fit.
I'm slim. I'm slim and I'm very fit. I'm slim and very fit.
I'm not chubby and I exercise, just that I don't do the morning boost thing, but I do exercise.
But what do you do?
I go for a road run. Of course, which one is even much more better anyway? You want evidence or what?
Show me how you do the road run using a Venn diagram.
Really? A Venn diagram? In fact, I think we'll use those. What do they call those? It's been known since I went to school. Maps, those to my paper with.
No, that's not maps.
To my graph papers. Yeah, graph papers. Bring that. I'll show you.
You showing us using a Venn diagram. Start running here. 1, 2. 1. This room is too big for you. 1, 2. The cameras will show you how you are running.
No, thank you.
Whom were you dreaming about last night? I had a dream you were dreaming of someone. Now, whom is that one whom you were dreaming? And what was the dream all about?
I can't remember. Of course, obviously, I dreamt about something, but I can't remember what I dreamt about.
I also dreamt that you dreamt about me. True or false? Can you confirm?
False.
You know, you'll be doing yourself a favor by dreaming about me.
How?
Because all the knowledge that I have through a dream can be re-imparted in you.
What knowledge?
Never ask a man what knowledge is. That question is not supposed to be asked. The knowledge that as a man I can impart into you. Constance. You don't want knowledge? Knowledge is power.
Not from you, but...
Okay. So now, you want knowledge from the person you dreamt about, the one I thought you were dreaming about.
No, I mean, I wasn't dreaming about anything. Or, okay, I dreamt about something, but I can't remember. And I don't think you were that thing that I dreamt about.
I've never thought of this. What happens when we sleep and we start dreaming? Have you ever come across why we dream?
Some people say we dream about the last thing you thought about before you went to bed. I have tried to think of certain things, wishing to dream about them, but unfortunately they don't show up in my... So I don't know how true that saying is. And others say the more you think about something, the more you are likely to dream about it.
But I can attest the fact that, you know, when you keep talking about something, sometimes maybe we're having a chat, we're just having a conversation in the night, you find that to manifest in a dream. You start dreaming about it. Very true. Yes, it's close to the last normally, the last discussion that you'd have before going to bed. That's what comes through your... Tell us, what do you think? What causes dreams? I'm lost. I don't know. So how do we dream? How does it happen? Shishibe, okay.
Sometimes we have weird dreams. You know those where you wake up and you're like, what was that about?
You know, you dream about this woman whom, come on, it was not supposed to be. But I dreamed about that man, surely. Maybe he's even your enemy. You don't even talk. You don't. Some lot of it just comes in your dream. What goes on?
I don't know.
No, this needs... But do you think about
an explanation. Think about...
Do you think about just like, how do we end up dreaming about?
Yeah, I do, actually, I do. Because I think that's when I started asking questions. How come we dream about certain things? And someone says, usually it's the last thing you thought about, but it's not always like that. Yeah, sometimes, but it's not always like that. Because sometimes I would have these weird dreams, and then I'm like, okay, I don't even remember the last time I thought about this. You just wake up, and then you're like, what was that? You know those dreams where you can't even explain it. You just know it.
It's a fufu veve.
It's a fafa in the world.
That's the first time I'm saying that. I don't even know how to put
I'm
it.
even surprised that you are saying that you are not into this local.
No, I'm not.
Fun thing. You're not a fun person in short.
No, not really. I'm not. I'm a fun person, but okay, because sometimes for me, Mwawukache, it's a fafa of, what is it called?
It's like a fufu bebe.
Then what is that?
It's something that you can't explain properly. It's just like a fufu bebe.
What is a fufu veve?
Something you can't explain.
And you want me really also?
You don't know. You just don't know how much Zambians love such kind of things.
This is what, you know, we waste so much time on, I don't know, just this. We take 1 year. Of course, it relaxes people's minds. 1 year just talking about it, but important things. When the Minister of Finance, like in Parliament, says he downgrades Zambia's economic growth from projected 3% growth to -4%. All of us are quiet. No matter how the media we do the stories, we are all quiet.
Perhaps people just don't understand these things. I don't know. These things are stressing.
But the fufu veve, they don't also understand it.
But it's funny.
But what is more important for your lives, you don't want to understand it.
And what's not important is what you are interested in.
What you're interested in.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say, but
Zambians at the end of the day.
So in short, you're saying Zambians love.
I mean, who doesn't know that? Just go on social media. What are the things that people talk about mostly?
No, just talking about. No, this celebrity is marrying. No, the wife. This.
The wife is not beautiful. They would just dwell on the makeup rather than just congratulating someone and say, oh, this is a good thing. Let's look at the positive side of things. Somebody got married. Wow, congratulations. No. Whosoever did that makeup will not see heaven.
That makeup.
Welcome to Zambia.
Yeah. The foundation. Yeah, Makoti. What was she doing? Yeah, look at it. We want to acquire. Which celebrity will marry and you'll never say anything? My brother, makes a step. Hey, the wife is too old for him. Is it you to choose for him or is for him to choose for himself?
And then, surprising enough, it's always us women who are given so much shade. And then the man will just be left there, even though his tie wasn't sitting properly or whatever he was wearing wasn't even looking good. It's rare that in Zambia you find people talking about the man's or how they looked or how on a certain event. They will always attack the female. Of course, I mean, I've seen that.
A man. You only look at the wallet. The rest,
which wallet?
You look at how thick my pocket is.
Because I can talk about what you are wearing right now. I just don't want to talk about it.
I'm wearing. I can even show them. It's a weekend. I'm wearing something white. I can show it even on TV. There's nothing wrong.
Please don't show it, please.
I'm showing it. I'm proud of this. It's a weekend. I'm in a relaxed mood.
Okay, let's wait for comments.
These are my. What do you call these, by the way?
I don't know. Those.
Somebody told me.
Bolingos. They're called bolingos.
No, not bolingos.
Yeah.
All right, Shakafusa. We're expecting to be connected to Shakafusa. You'll be getting on the line. Hello. Okay. Okay. I'm being advised that Shakafusa says. He's gone on a sabbatical from politics, but we're supposed to have him on the set via telephone, but Zoom actually. But now I'm being just communicated to that he says, no, I'm on leave from politics because we wanted to discuss 1 or 2 issues with him. But however, he's decided to pull out. That's how it is. Now, Constance, quickly, before we eat into the time of your fufu veve, which we can't explain, this is what is important. Let's play the clip. Let's go into Parliament, and this is what you're going to be contributing on. Specifically today, I don't want to give you a lot of things. I want to concentrate on this. let's go into Parliament and see what happened on Friday.
Thank you also for your statement. How I wish the Minister of Foreign Affairs would leave the Minister of Health, because I'm about to ask him a question and they're having a conversation. I need your help, sir.
Ask your question and your question will be answered.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, as I ask you my question, I want you to take note of the following. 1, you have stopped giving the daily updates of the COVID status. 2, all the health inspection posts intercity have disappeared. 3, PF has been seen campaigning in the midst of this COVID-19. 4, PF has continuously continued buying councillors, promoting by-elections, which by law, under the ECZ, should happen within 90 days of them being pronounced. And 5, under Article 60A of our Constitution, all political parties are compelled to have intra-party elections. And I want you to know, as I ask my question, that we from UPND, and I'm chairman elections, have been forbidden by the Ministry of Home Affairs to conduct our intra-party elections, which fall within the realm of the constitutional provisions, citing COVID-19. And as you appeal to us that we should not make this political, I want you to take note of those. And finally, you yourself, Minister, as you appear before the court of law, answering your own charges, have been seen with cadres who are not observing social distances. I want you to answer me now. Why shouldn't you think we feel discriminated with the evidence that I've given you now? When we want to have intra-party elections, our members are being arrested every single day, to a point where we even have our intra-party elections in the bush to run away from the police. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister of Health.
Mr. Speaker, as Minister of Health, I am concerned about the health of all individuals, including the Honourable Member of Parliament. That bitterness he needs to tone down, because it will claim his.
Honorable, take your seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. No, take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. Honorable Minister of Health. Order, order. Honorable Member for Mazabuka. Honorable Minister of Health. Let's proceed in a temperate way. Let's proceed in a temperate way. Proceed. No, it must be order, order, order.
I demand that you withdraw. Mr. Speaker.
Take a seat. No, there's no point of order.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for your guidance. And Mr.
Honorable,
Speaker.
No, sir, I need your protection. You've been protected. Take a seat. Take a seat. I've directed that he should be temperate in his discourse. And he has taken note of that.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for your guidance. And Mr. Speaker, let COVID-19 not be used as a reason for people to suddenly become democratic. The UPND has never held elections for many years. So, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Minister of Health, take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. Honorable Minister of Health, I'm sure we can proceed otherwise. We can proceed otherwise. I have no doubt that you are able to. The issues under discussion are professional issues. The health issues. There's a point that's been made about discrimination. So they would like you to clarify on the enforcement of these measures which you put in place. And I think for progress' sake, let's confine ourselves to the issues. I know we're in a politically charged atmosphere. If we won't be able to proceed in a manner I'm indicating, then I'll just stop this session altogether. Because we can't proceed this way. I'll just stop it. And I can't be proposing questions and answers. I expect that we'll engage. And we've engaged previously without this kind of situation. I think it's a fairly straightforward subject. I don't think it's beyond our management. Honorable Minister of Health.
Mr. Speaker, the agenda of the Patriotic Front Party government under His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu is universal health coverage, health for all, apolitical is the agenda. It is apolitical. Mr. Speaker, we don't want to characterize gatherings on political grounds, on racial grounds, on religious grounds. We are stating categorically here that every public gathering held must be in compliance to public health measures that are stipulated under the Public Health Act and the statutory instruments 21, 22, and 62. Nothing else matters because we endeavor, we aspire for health for everyone, everywhere. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I use this opportunity to call upon all stakeholders, political, religious, traditional, to ensure that as they hold any gatherings of any nature, they adhere to the measures that have been stipulated in the Public Health Act and the statutory instruments 21, 22, and 62. Mr. Speaker, this will help us stem community spread of COVID-19. And COVID-19 is a grave emergency of public health nature, but impacting negatively on all other sectors of our economy. And the earlier we acted, in an apolitical manner, the better. Mr. Speaker, let me use this opportunity in responding to the Honourable Member of Parliament that unity of purpose, solidarity, non-stigmatization, and non-politicization of COVID-19 will be key in responding to COVID-19. So my response is, let us all act responsibly in compliance to public health measures, social measures that are stipulated in the laws that exist to protect the public from COVID-19. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Did he answer any question? For me, I thought the questions were very loud and clear.
The questions were loud, very loud actually, screaming loud. And I didn't hear him answer any of them. Gary talked of, he has stopped these daily updates that he used to have. Of course, the president said it should be only Monday and Friday. And I don't know, perhaps I haven't just been going there, but I don't remember the last time we had any briefing.
There was a direct question for him.
Yeah. There was a direct one where Gary said,
you who's in charge.
Yeah, you who's in charge. Why shouldn't the UPND feel segregated according to what you have done? Even himself, he's been having gatherings. The last time he appeared at court, there were so many of his supporters who were there, not even observing any distance. But the minister just went ahead and brought in politics into the question. You understand? We started talking about the UPND and the elections, what to go. I didn't hear him answer the question.
Because what Gary said, I think for me, you see, this is why I condemn sometimes these leaders of ours. They trivialize important things.
Yeah.
In this particular case, we should not allow leaders like Chitaru Chilufya. I mean, you go in parliament, Give us, we're expecting you, because, you know, we sit on our edge to, oh, that's a good question. Let me hear the response. And then you just trivialize it and says, look, since when did you become democratic? As far as we are concerned, the ruling Patriotic Front PF government announced that between June and July, they'll be going for their convention. But in view of the COVID, they had suspended their meeting, their meetings. The UPND also said in 2020, they are going for what? A convention. So this period, we knew it was a period of conventions. Now, there have been party elections down there, all right? But they were told, I was in Mwenilunga, the elections were halted to say, no, in view of the COVID, you can't go ahead with your party elections. They said, no, we shall observe this. They said, no, there'll be no elections. All right?
Yeah.
We are seeing people moving, going out, even the president himself. I mean, the president was in Mongo. You saw people gathered everywhere. This is what we are saying. You are saying that numbers, we now stand at 109?
Yeah.
109 dates? But we are not seeing this kind of force from those who are supposed to show leadership.
Perhaps this is the reason why people don't believe there's even coronavirus. How do you believe something that you're not doing yourself?
You tell me as a parent, I tell you as my child, don't drink alcohol. Alcohol is bad.
And then I see you drunk every day.
Every day I'm coming drunk. What example are you leading? The other day we were just talking about the violence. If those in PF lead by example, they become like the brother, the elder brother. I don't think anybody in the opposition can misbehave. Now we are seeing, because of what we are discussing, look at what happened at the courts. He's like a little boy called a Kakada coming with gadgets used by the police. Pompous is even passing the Deputy Inspector General, driving like, who are you? This little boy, I mean, using a blue light, a beacon as they call it. That's a security gadget, for Christ's sake. Now, if that boy can use that security gadget, even in the presence of the Deputy Inspector General of Police, imagine where he uses that same thing on all these roads. What does he use it for? Because when we see that, all of us will be scared. Oh, the police, the police. So even where, you know, I mean, he can, you know, traffic lights, he can just use that same chima blue light and do whatever he wants to do in the name of being a cadre. Do you see the lawlessness that we are having now?
Yeah, just like everybody has been saying, I think this is all connected somehow. Because, you know, the more the ruling do not calm things down or do the right thing, the more this thing will get out of control. Because it was sad. I think everybody was interested in the response that would get from the Minister of Health.
I said, you know...
I listened to Gordon Combo the entire time. He was asking, I'm like, okay, these are clear. I really wanted to hear what the Minister would say. And to my surprise, he just pushed everything. Now,
what had even put me off is the fact that you're saying, you know, this is somebody who was calm in asking. We are not being biased here. I think we are stating the facts. If you think I'm being biased... Give me something to the contrary of what we saw in that clip. I think let's not sugarcoat things. No, you know, Kanwa means that. No! If Chilufya is wrong, he's wrong. I'm not going to sit here and start saying, no, because the Zambian out there would think, no, you are siding with that particular person. I'm not going to side with anybody. In this particular case, Chilufya is the Minister of Health, and we expected answers. The questions that Gary asked were very important and cardinal. And all of us, we wanted answers. And I should be very annoyed for the fact that the minister whom I pay can go and trivialize matters like that. Somebody will be asking, how do you pay the minister? You think they pay for themselves? It's the money whatever you buy, anything that you buy, you pay tax for it. Anything, you, Constance, you go in a shop, you buy talk time. You are taxed from that talk time. You just don't know.
Really? I know.
So that's the money that ZRIA collects. Every day you're paying tax. That's the money which government is using.
And you know, funny enough, after the speaker was like, no, just please, let's be civil and everything. And then he goes and starts talking about the government.
Now, this is a guy who was come and says he should remove bitterness.
Yeah.
I mean, then why? I mean, you're doing politics. This is why I was saying, you are talking about the fufu veve, and yet your economy is crumbling. If today we discussed, I brought a topic to do with the economy going down. That the minister said the economy is projected to grow at -4 from the projected 3%. And we put the fufu veve here. Everybody will just be going for the food. Let's be serious for once, people. Let's be serious for once. Like we should be serious with what we saw in Parliament. We cannot have such kind of a situation. You are asked, you are the leader, but follow the leader. But the leader is going with cadres everywhere. What are we supposed to do? And when we start saying there's no COVID, they're basically just trying.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. And they'll be coming, no, this is real, please observe social distance. Then what do we see from our leaders? Full people to show that us, we are popular.
People were not even wearing masks. No social distancing, they're hugging.
We can't. We can't. I'm one person, they say as a journalist you should remove your emotions from an issue. Certain things you cannot remove your emotions from them because I'm affected. Coronavirus is not affected. Look, it's like HIV and AIDS. If you're not infected, you are affected.
Yeah.
Coronavirus, if I'm not infected, my sister, my brother out there is infected or is affected, whichever way. We should be concerned. And the very person who's responding to those questions should show leadership. You can't go there. Behind the one who's seated next to you is your lawyer. And you're all laughing about this matter. This is why I also laugh sometimes in that parliament. Today's program seems to be an emotional one. There's no joking. This is why I laugh. We send people in that parliament. Somebody will stand. Honorable Minister, when are we going to have this road? You know the answer? Mr. Speaker, funds permitting. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Do we ever yield results? I've never been a parliament reporter. You have worked there. Do we ever yield any positive results out of those discussions we have in parliament?
Well, I mean, they enact laws. So these are the laws that you see. So the fights about butane, that's what they do. Their job is to enact laws. But again, it's these laws, I would say one time I was very annoyed. You are enacting laws on political lines or whatsoever. For instance, I remember there was a motion which was moved to reinstate meal allowances at the University of Zambia and everything. Then the motion was shot down. Quite a progressive motion. It was shot down. The only one which they worked together, I mean, there are a few years, but they supported each other was where they were compelling, asking Zicta to compel these mobile service providers, Airtel, MTN, Zamtel, to ensure that our mobile data, if you buy data, it should not expire. Why should it expire? If you are reserved, you've not used your data, then within 1 week, if you did not finish it, it expires. Then where does it go? Who gets it? The meaning those guys are, because I bought it, it's mine. I bought it with my own money.
Decide when and what time to use it.
Exactly. At least on
that thing which they introduced of the opposite, where it just expires, like it won't expire, you continue using it. Have you observed how data is being sucked?
Look, I bought...
You are just on Facebook. Just on Facebook.
I'm going to say it. Please, there's no defamation here. There's no issues to do with the decampaigning them. Yeah. There's nothing. I don't really think... I'm speaking because I'm using MTN, right? So mentioning your name is one, campaigning for you. So I don't expect MTN management to come here and start saying, no, we said something bad about the business. I'm using MTN. Then I buy bundles. Within seconds, I just see you've used 70% of your
data.
So,
Then you've just been on Facebook.
I just switched on my data about 3-4 minutes ago and say, you've already used. I've not even watched any video. But how come? How come my data has cruised like this? Before 4 minutes, you've used 70%. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But back to Parliament, really, for once, I think let's be serious.
And answer questions, please.
I
think Zambians deserve to know what is going on.
You know,
position have always been, I think that would have actually even been a good opportunity for the minister to explain that, no, we are not being biased. Let him give us something. Let him just explain himself. That was a very good opportunity for him to just come out and explain himself. People have been saying these guys are biased. We've been seeing the Patriotic Front having rallies or whatever, you know, gatherings talking about, no, this is a no-go area, so many people. But the opposition, even just having inter-party elections, no, you can't do that. So now...
No, but his response, you've heard his response.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. He lost a very good chance.
The Europeans should not use COVID-19 to become democratic.
Now this has already become a bad thing. If you checked on Facebook, I saw that on Facebook yesterday. People were like, what is this? What is this response? Because people were really excited, wanting to know what the minister was saying.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people, you know, we've been talking about it here. Even the last time we had our breakfast show, we mentioned to people that the speaker has given... has directed the Minister of Health to render a ministerial statement on this matter. Of course, he did. But, you know, this is why they say, no matter what you would say, you can say all sorts of things, but you just mess it up along the way. For instance, what we've just watched. I think for me, those were cardinal questions. And I sat there and I was waiting. I was waiting to hear, okay, let me hear the responses. Number one, especially, he himself went to court with cadres. They, the PF, they are having meetings, rallies everywhere. So does it mean COVID only affects those in the opposition, those in the ruling party are not affected by COVID? Those are the questions now people are asking.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you cannot blame us if we start saying that, you know what, don't stop cheating to us. There's no COVID. Then you come back to us and say, you are discouraging people. You people, you are sadists because at the end of the day, there's COVID. Take this thing serious. And yet you yourselves are not taking it serious. You want us to be taking serious things that you're not taking serious yourselves? Come on, let's be serious for once. We cannot continue on this trajectory. Going back to Parliament, Constance, I don't know why today I'm a very sad person. I don't feel happy. And I'll keep on repeating that. You know, certain things are supposed to be made with the seriousness that they deserve. You cannot come here and because we are journalists and you start telling us, no, as journalists you're not supposed to speak like that. If we don't speak like this, then who's going to speak?
Who's going to talk?
Who?
I think this is a problem we have in Zambia. No, you can't do this. Immediately you say something, they are already on your neck. Immediately.
Right now, what we are saying, Constance, you hear? No, those are they are cadres for Mwakuti. Those are cadres for Mwakuti. I don't care. I don't care. The fact is that we have to state things the way they are supposed to be. You accuse me of this. Me, I'm telling you why I'm not happy. You are wasting our time on such kind of issues when you're supposed to be telling us what we want to hear as a nation, progressive things. Good morning. Hello?
Hello, can I proceed?
Proceed, please.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too. Can I guess, is this the person Constance was saying is a lady?
Are you getting me?
Yes, but the children are making too much noise.
Okay, I'll move them to their room.
Okay. I was saying, is this the person that Constance last time accused of being a woman?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
It's my first time I'm calling.
Ah, nice. Go ahead with your contribution. Tell us where you're calling from.
This is downtown calling from Nora.
Thank you so much, Ndola. How is the weather there?
Nora is cool and windy.
Same with Lusaka. I think we are.
That's indoors.
Ah, okay.
My contribution is, Sarah, good morning, and my sister here.
Good morning. Good morning to you too.
Watching the drama from Parliament between the Honorable Constitution and the Honorable Very Congo. It shows that the caliber of leaders we currently have who do not inspire solutions to our problems anymore. So, we will resolve the Zambians. We are watching what is going on. Parliament is a ground for fun. Put on Guru behind the Honorable Speaker. I was starting out to enjoy the moments in Parliament. While we are here waiting for solutions from our problems, then we have continued time lasting over what they are supposed to provide for us. We must tell them, they must know that we are watching what is going on and we are not happy. We are not happy and we make decisions that Zambians that they are in the way. They will manage to manipulate one or two things, but will not manage to manipulate our final decision come 2021. Everyone is watching. So that is my humble contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You see, it was in Parliament. Let me go back in Parliament again. Because what we are discussing today, our colleagues upstairs in transmission, kindly help me with the clip. Should be government assurances. Just give me a signal if we are on it. Government assurances, that's what it said. Government assurances, government assurances. Just type G-O-T, no, G-O-V-T.
VT, Jesus.
G-O-V-T. G-O-V-T. And then that's government assurances. Once it's ready, I want to refer to this also. You see the politics that we are now being used to. So, okay, I'm told it's ready. Let's quickly go to this clip. I wanted us just to discuss it here, but when we talk, you may think that we are just hallucinating. We are also in Parliament. Let's see what happened in Parliament and see what we are being exposed to as Zambians. The Zambian government has from time to time made assurances to work on various projects countrywide. In 2018, government promised the Zambian people to deliver to them about 80 projects, but none of the promised projects were delivered. In 2019, government promised to deliver to the people of Zambia 116 developments, but again, none of those projects were delivered. And in 2020, government assured the Zambian people to deliver 165 projects. None of those were delivered. The Committee on Government Assurances, in its report to Parliament, says it is disappointed with the continued failure by government to deliver its promises, as outlined by Committee Chairman Elliot Kamundo.
The committee observes with disappointment that there is a growing tendency by members of the executive to make assurances on the floor of the House without requisite financing having been secured. It appears, therefore, that the executive is not committed to implementing the assurances and does not take them seriously at all. This can be evidenced by the accumulation of outstanding assurances.
Committee member and second of the motion, Maria Langa, urges government to take serious assurances it makes to the Zambian people.
Some of the assurances have been outstanding for as long as 7 years. The committee urges the government to take the assurances made on the floor of this House seriously in order not to make the work of the committee an academic process. In view of the foregoing, the committee therefore urges the government to only make assurances to the floor of the House where it has capacity to fully implement the projects within the promised time frame.
The debate was now open to other members of parliament.
All assurances must talk to the budget, because in a budget there are figures that are provided for every activity, and there is a constitutional provision which actually compels any government worth its salt to develop a country in a very equitable manner. This is not the case with PF. Why? It's because their focus, Mr. Speaker, is simply to retain power at the expense of not telling the truth. They are not a truthful government, the PF. And the earlier people of Zambia realize that they are not a truthful government, they rely on conjecture, things that are totally don't add up. And then they come into this material confusion of giving councillors money to resign. That money that is being used for by-elections can be used to fulfill some of these government assurances, Mr. Speaker.
Vice President Inonge Wina wound up a debate on this motion by assuring the Zambian people that the government remains committed to working on all the projects that it promises.
Each and every assurance made by government on the floor of this House is made in good faith, and that government is committed, resources permitting, to fulfilling the promises it makes for the benefit of the Zambian people.
Kalan Muchima reporting for Camnet News in Osaka. That answer, that's the one answer which we get every now and then. Now, government, the executive, it's not us, it's what we are watching. This is why I said, I think let's watch. Government has made what was recorded, but aside from there's an additional 39 more assurances. We are going to do this, we are going to do that, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. Those are government assurances. Like in Parliament, they say, we are going to do this. For instance, I'll tell you one thing. During the Katua by-election, Honorable Dr. Chitaluchi Lufia came. There was pomp and splendor. What I mean, cadres everywhere. No, the working government. The road leading to my place was graded during that same period of the Katua by-election. They commissioned, he came, the president was actually supposed to come, but it's Dr. Chitaluchi Lufia who came to lay a foundation stone for a construction of a mini, is it a mini hospital, a clinic. When did we have the Katua by-election? Till today, there's overgrowth. During the Katua by-election, a grader was sleeping there 24/7. That's where I stay. I can go and just bring that information and say, this is the foundation stone Dr. Chitaluchi Lufia had laid prior to the Katua by-election, in the middle of the campaigns. Till today, those are the assurances we are talking about in that report. We shall do this, we shall do this. Again, God raises another important thing. Everything that you tell us should talk to the budget. Have you budgeted for these things, or you are just hallucinating? You just wake up, no, we shall build chakut. When you are working constantly, you know how much you get paid. Even when you are making your budget, you make them within the money that you get. Once I get paid, this will be for my transport. I will set aside this for my rentals. I want to assume because you've not yet built, so we are all renting. So we have to budget for our rentals. This one I'll give mom or dad. This 20 kwacha, then the 5 kwacha. I have to use it to buy some washing paste.
But Kalan, for me, really, the thing I think my issue is on the Minister of Health. The fact that people were laughing in Parliament over such important issues.
What do you thought? There's somebody on the call.
We have a caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Your names and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, this is Sandamol calling from Mondola.
Ndola City.
Yeah, Ndola, Copper.
Vakopala.
Yes.
Kulishani kukopala. Yo hao LSK ilifyo bwina kutala lafyo kuno. Namba ina Constanza Veresha. Kumwabo kwa.
Good morning, Mwabuka Shan. Twalumba.
Yeah. Constance Nabakala, I just want to contribute something about what we have seen in Parliament.
Right.
Yeah. Over the question of the Honorable Kari Komu to better Minister of Wealth. I think what we have seen in London is just like the PS government. They are all having more power than others. Let us talking about opposition and PF. We have seen that the PF, they are always winning, rally, party and meeting, without any rejecting. The statement has been given from the police. We say the PF will go ahead their meeting. Now, see, in the opposition party, they don't want to give them their penny. They are all rejected. Now, in this country, in the right country, PFC wants the answer from the Minister of Wealth. And in the book of the in Governor, see, that's the question was. Very parallel. Very parallel. COVID-19 in that beginning, but see, we saw when we the television appearing to court. There are so many candidates there. So many candidates there. Eh? So the senior party, now there is no COVID-19. The opposition members, there is COVID-19. In other Zambian, there is COVID-19. This is the question we understand that we are concerned. And that we need the answers from this government. Eh? Now, let us talking about the question of the leaders' uniform. Now, I understand that also with the money, who is going to be apologized? Between the students the person who likes the nation are choosing the political members. They are doing that. And the comedians who are seeing the night flow. We need our best to approach to the nation of them. Thank you, Mr. Karen.
Thank you so much. Ryan.
Yes, I was saying this is...
Apologies, let me just say apologies
Yeah.
for that. However, Constance, you can continue.
I was saying this is all connected. You know, Kalan, you and me, we are all aware here that apparently we've been seeing so much confusion between the ruling and the opposition. The opposition are already upset about whatever is happening. They feel aggrieved, they feel segregated and everything. And then people laugh in parliament over such important matters. And then you were saying the opposition... their cadres are unruly, they are ungovernable, or whatever. How do you expect people to behave properly?
Let's just go quick. Meanwhile, somewhere, okay, this one's gone, but we have a caller on the line. But let's just accommodate the messages also a little bit. Good to see Kalan. He is brilliant journalist. Camnet has won my heart because of unbiased reporting. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Good morning, Kalan and Constance. Nice program watching from Livingston. Thank you so much. Evans Mulevu says Chingola is watching. Thank you. Venzu Slanga. Good morning, watching from Livingston. Thank you so much, Livingston. Venzu again comes in. The health minister didn't answer any questions at all. Meanwhile, somewhere in Kabompo, some newly installed chief and teaching service commissioner has okay. All right. Andrew Njamba. I didn't read the one for Andrew Njamba, but it's gone. I'm sure I'll be able to read. There's a caller on the line. Do we still have...
Good morning.
Good morning.
From the speaker. The speaker has to say, if it goes like this, I'll stop this conversation. So now, my question is, in whose interest is he going to stop the conversation? Because I thought that Gary was asking very important questions for the nation to hear. Because the nation has got a lot of questions about this COVID-19 gathering. We are seeing this gathering. So, if he can tell us stops that discussion, in whose interest?
Right.
Is it in his own? Things are happening. What about on the other side? Yeah, people are going in the bush to have these meetings. People are hiring buses. When they are going on the bus, they are having elections. But on the other side, things are happening clearly. So, whose interest, in whose interest, did the speaker want to tell us? He says, he did say, he did say, I want you, the Minister of Health, to answer the question. He said, I will stop. That's what it leaves me with a lot of questions. Stopping what? Because we wanted to hear.
All right.
We should have been, as the presiding officer, he should have said, I want you to answer the question.
Right.
That has been enough.
Mr. Chanda, we are running out of time.
That's what has been a problem for me.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chanda. Constance, we should be leaving now.
Yeah, interesting views from there, and unfortunately time is not on our side. We still have so many things to say. Just like you can see, Kalani's lips are even now because he still wants to say.
Can you have respect, huh? Of all things you want to talk about my lips.
I mean, they are shaking. It's like you really want to still talk about. You are really upset about the parliament thing.
No, you know.
You are emotional.
No, we need to go, but people are taking us for granted, and we can't allow that. Always, me, even in my family, they know me. No matter how old you are, as long as what you're doing is not right, I'll tell you off. I've got if you are wrong, you are wrong. You cannot be treating our leaders with kids' gloves. This is a matter of life and death. It's about our economy. It's about our lives. When we send them to parliament, let them go and represent us. Not you go in there and you start answering. If and totally, I mean, if you fire, that can be. Constance, we need to go. Thank you so much. Make a date with us again. When?
On Monday.
Monday. We are out. Yeah, we can't allow such kind of. We can't. We can't.